Hello and welcome to PHIIT-NX with me, Corey Anthony, and welcome to the PHIIT in 4-week program. So if you made it this far, thanks a lot for joining me all the way through. I hope you've felt challenged throughout for the last 6 days. We've done 6 totally different routines. We had to break it up in the middle with a bit of a core control, which is sort of a rest day, but not just sitting on your bum all day. You know, still got you moving. Yesterday's one was a really good challenge. I felt really challenged, and today I'm a little bit stiff here and there. So we're going to be doing some recovery exercises just to make sure that we're still flexible, get some flexibility and mobility throughout the body, and get us ready for the next week of work. So we're going to be going through, like I say, some flexibility and some mobility exercises just to loosen everything up. And depending on what time of the day you're doing it, you're going to be a bit stiffer. So if you just roll out of bed, it's likely you're going to be quite stiff because you've just been laying in the same position all night. If it's a little bit later in the day or in the evening, you know, you're going to be a little bit more flexible. So just feel it as you go along and just listen to your body, and don't overexert anything. We don't want you overstretching or hurting yourself. So you know your body, so just do what you can, and let's get to it. So we're going to go with some nice neck rolls. You do use your neck a lot during these exercises. It does take a lot of strain. So we're going to just roll to the right, just hold. Now we roll to the left, very slowly and controlled, moving side to side. Right to left. Now we're going to just roll forward to the opposite side. Same again, just in that arch or an arc even. Side to side. Now we're going to go back. Now roll back. Same thing. Take this really steady. Don't want you kinking your neck or anything. I just want you to do one big, slow controlled roll right around 360. And then the opposite side. Just like that. One more down. Hold. And one more back. Hold. And bring it back to the neutral position, looking forward. Great. So next up is a full stretch. So we're going to interlock those fingers in front of us and just bring them up to the ceiling, just like that. Look up and inhale. Full stretch up, and then we exhale and go to the left. Hold in this position. Okay, now we inhale. Exhale to the center. Inhale, stretch up. And exhale to the right. Again, just holding on this side. Feel the stretch all through your side. You feel it down here, and you also feel it's almost feeling like a little crunch on the opposite, on this side that we're bending into. Then we inhale. Exhale to the center again. And then one big stretch up while we inhale. Stretch, stretch, stretch. And feel it all the way through the body, and exhale and bring those hands beside you. Next up, overhead tricep stretch. So I can really feel it today after those plank press downs. So we're going to put that arm overhead, fingers down the back, down the center of your back, and applying some pressure with that hand on your elbow. So we're doing the left side, and then we'll do the right side. 30 seconds on each. Feel a good stretch all the way through here. Okay, now swapping sides. 2, 1. Okay, now we're going to the opposite side. So right side, again, fingertips right down the center of your back, and applying some pressure with the left hand overhead. This one feels so good after this plank press downs yesterday. Love doing that exercise for working my triceps. Excellent bodyweight exercise. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Release those arms back to your side. Gonna head to the wall next. Wall calf stretch. So what we want to do, place the hands on the wall, both shoulder width apart. Put your foot up against the wall and heel as close as you can and just lean into it. So as you lean into it, you'll feel the tension, you'll feel the stretch from your calf muscle. Just do that. The closer you bring your heel and the further up the wall your toes go, as you push into it, the more intense the stretch will feel. Okay, I'm just swapping sides. So, next foot, opposite foot, the same again. And throughout this, as we're doing, like when we swap between the left to right, you might find that you're a bit more flexible, a bit more mobile on one side, and that is, that's totally normal. Just like you'll find, or you might find you're stronger on one side, if your body's flexibility and mobility works in the same way. Okay, right, now we're going to hit to the wall again. We're going to stay on the wall, I should say. And we're going to stretch our bicep and our chest. So put your left arm out, up against the wall, parallel to the floor, and just step out into it. And then we're going to turn our body away from it, from the wall. You should feel a good stretch right through your bicep. Make sure the palm is flat up against the wall. Okay, now what we're going to do, we're going to just bend that elbow so that your arm is at a 90 degree. And then we're going to turn that from a little bit more if we can. Really opening up that chest, and also you'll feel it through your shoulder. Giving that rotator cuff a little stretch. One. Okay, now we'll swap sides. So, right side, parallel to the floor again. And we're just gonna sink into it, but just push into it a little bit while we turn away, opening up that chest. And you should again feel it right through that bicep. Feel free to adjust your position at any time just to make sure you're feeling the stretch correctly. And now we just got to bend again, bend our elbow so our arm is at a 90 degree. We're just trying to turn away from it a little bit to open up that chest a bit more and get a little stretch through our rotator cuff. If you feel any cramping or anything, that's pretty much normal. But if it's if it's painful, then just ease up on it a little bit. We don't want to be hurting you today. So the last thing we want to do is injure you. This routine isn't to be, used as a strenuous routine. Right, and rest that one. Next one is a cross-body shoulder stretch. So what I'm going to do, feet over shoulder width apart, turn that right foot out and just lean into it, or we bring that left arm across the chest. This one is stretching out our left groin and our left shoulder. You should feel go through here. And just look over that left shoulder. Again, we'll do half and half. You need to adjust your feet to widen it a bit so you can really feel it. Just do what you gotta do. Or bring it closer. Okay, I'm gonna be swapping sides in 2, 1. Let's swap sides, same thing on the opposite side. But like I was saying, we're not doing this to be this isn't a strenuous routine, it's a recovery routine. So make sure, you're not overdoing it, not overdoing your body's limits. You can do, you can stretch a little bit more because you do want to get a bit flat. You can, make yourself a little bit more flexible, but don't overdo it. Right, return to the center. Now we're just going to be bending straight over in half. Trying to come down and touch those toes. So just bending over, you can arch your back, just looking straight down. This legs quite straight as well, as straight as you can. And you can reach behind you to pull yourself down a bit, and reach down to the toes, pull yourself down a bit. can't get down to your toes, shins, knees, whatever you can reach. As we go through the weeks, you'll probably feel and find that you'll get a little bit more flexible and you will be able to get down to the floor. And you can just open the feet up a little bit wider if you like. You can't have them like too close together, and that will help you as well get down there a bit deeper. 1, okay, just gonna come up for a second, and then we're gonna go down. I'm just gonna adjust my mat so they can see me properly. I'm gonna go down into a downward dog, just like this, and trying to put some force through those heels, get them to the ground. Feel that stretch all the way through your body, through your shoulders, through the back, through your calf, and your quads, and your hamstrings. And now we walk it out. Just walk it out. One leg, 1 foot at a time. Okay, and then back. Just hold in that position again. If you gotta adjust your hands as you go through this, that's fine. And then walk it out. Okay, and now we hold. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to transition into a downward dog. So we drop down into our mat and then we push up. Now if this is a little bit too much for you on the toes, feel free to just come down to your legs, drop down, make sure those feet are flat, and just do the same. Just feel that stretch all the way through your body. And just breathe. And squeeze your glutes a little bit as well. Should feel it right through your spine and your abs. Okay, now I want you to just drop down if you're not down already, onto your legs, onto your feet. You can also come down onto your elbows. And we're going into a cobra, so a similar move. Just a little less tension on the abs in the back. And look to your left heel. Come around, look to your right heel. And again to the left heel. And to the right heel. And back to center. Good job. Now we're going to come back onto our hands. Come back onto our hands into a high plank. Bringing that left foot up to your left hand. To a Spider-Man lunge and just stretch it out here. Just hold this position. Feel it through your quad again. Through your groin. You're going to just drop that right knee to the floor. Put your foot flat on the mat or the floor. And then we're just going to turn the left hand out and up to the ceiling, palm to the ceiling. Turn that palm back to the mat, step back into your high plank. And then I want you to bring that left leg up and across so that across you sink down into it for a high pigeon. Try and get that glute to the floor, looking straight up. And then we want you to exhale and inhale and drop to the floor, bringing the head down, elbows down, resting your head on the mat. Getting a bit deeper into that stretch. Two, one. Come back up into your high plank. Now we're going to do the opposite side. So we're going to bring that right foot up to your right hand. Spider-Man lunge and just stretch it out. Just hold in that position. Feels really good through my groin. Feel it work in my quad. I'm going to drop that left knee to the mat, to the floor. Make sure your foot is flat again. Stretch it out a little bit deeper. And then bring that right palm up to the ceiling and hold. Stretch out that chest again. Get a little rotation on the spine. Feel it right through your quad and your groin. You feel your glutes are working a little bit too, but it's not much of a stretch for that one. And then turn that palm back. And then kick back into your high plank. Now we're going into a pigeon on the opposite side, so right foot up and across. And then opposite foot flat and sitting back on it to a high pigeon. Trying to get those glutes to the floor. Now we inhale and exhale as we drop down. Elbows out, resting your forehead on the mat. Two, one. Come back up slowly, hands on the mat. Oh, good stuff. Now we're coming onto our knees, going into a seated quad stretch. So what you want to do, you want to be slightly wider than your hips, so your feet are going to turn out beside you, and you're just going to sit down into it. So just sit. Okay, just sit down into it, and you'll feel it all through your quads. I'll show you on the side. If you see my feet alongside my body, I'm just sitting back, feeling all through your quad. You just use your arms. If it's a little bit too much, you can adjust until you just feel a good stretch. It's up to you. If you're really flexible, you'll be able to get those elbows down so that you're on your forearms, but wherever is good for you, you just sit, feel that stretch. Get the benefit of feeling a little stretch through your foot joint, that joins your leg to your foot. Okay, good job. Then come into a seated position, putting this left leg over your right, and just hug that out. Hug it out, so you feel a good stretch through that quad, through that glute. Just through the IT band, as they call it. So really hug that knee. Sit up nice and straight with it. Now what I want you to do, I want you to just add a bit of rotation. So left hand, reach back. Right arm, just place it across your knee. And just twist. Two, one. And we turn the legs down beside each other. Now we do the same on the opposite side. So right leg over left, and just hug that knee. And you feel it again, you'll feel it all down through your glute, and this is the IT band, you feel it all through here. Just give that a good hug and really sit up with it. I love stretching out my glutes. Another one that's another major muscle you use throughout, especially throughout bodyweight exercises, because you're doing a lot of jumping around. Okay, now we're going to turn out. So right hand back, left arm just across the knee. Just add that little rotation. But yeah, some great stretches for the glutes. Good job. Now we're going into all fours into a cat-cow. Okay, so all fours, just like this, and then we're gonna round our back out, trying to get that back to the ceiling. This is called the cat pose. And then we drop down into the cow. So you drop in that sternum to the floor, as deep as you can, keeping your bum and your head up like a cow. Just envision yourself as a cat. You know when a cat gets all puffy and they're all freaked out and, you know, ready to go for you. And then you drop into the cow. So cat again. And one last cow. Feel through the back. And relax. Okay, and our very last one now is a child's pose. So we're sitting back onto our feet. You can have your knees slightly wider apart. And fast, I want you to just reach out in front of you. Just like that. While sitting back. Remember, sit back on those heels as much as you can. Head to the floor. Now I want you to bring those arms down beside you. And I want you to get a bit more deeper, trying to sit a bit more further back on those heels. And relax. And breathe. Two, one, and then come up slowly. Allow the blood to return gradually, slowly back to your head. Deep inhale and then exhale. Right. That's got you feeling much better, a lot more looser, feel a bit more flexible, a bit more mobile. And I'm ready to get on with my day, so not going to keep you. Thanks again for joining me. I hope you've been enjoying it so far. I hope it's keeping you challenged. And yeah, I hope it will help you to get through the next month and keep you positive, keep you motivated. So thanks for the love, thanks for joining me, and I hope to see you again on the next week and the following weeks to come.